Bareshaft tuning is completely useless, and this right here is going to prove it to you. Let's get right into that. Gentlemen, the one lady who's going to see this, and who can forget about the guys who have made a bad shot on a deer and blamed their arrow weight. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going over Bareshaft tuning, and in all honesty, why you probably don't need to be doing it. So cutting to the chase here, you probably know what Bareshaft tuning is if you were watching this video, and you're either gonna agree with me or disagree with me, but let's recap on what Bareshaft tuning is and how people use it. So Bareshaft tuning is exactly as it sounds. It is trying to tune your bow with a bare shaft. No fletchings, anything like that, and getting this shaft to hit where you want it and tuning your bow accordingly. Or some people with a compound bow will try to tune their arrow and they'll chop it shorter or add point weight or take away point weight, anything like that. I know I started off with a joke about arrow weight because it's kind of funny to see who gets triggered about that, but this argument really transcends arrow weight. There's tons of people who shoot heavy arrows who try to Bareshaft tune, and there's tons of people who shoot light arrows who try to Bareshaft tune. This is just about a tuning method with your bow. Now, the problem with Bareshaft tuning is that there is really no place for it in the hunting space. It's really more of a target thing, but even then, there's not a whole lot of room for it in the target space, and I'll go over why that is. So I'll show this to you in just one second, but a bare shaft is gonna hit in the exact same spot or fly in the exact same direction, and you're gonna be able to tell tune of your bow as it would if you had a fletch shaft with a broadhead on it. I'll say that again. A bare shaft is gonna fly with the exact same characteristics as a fletch shaft with a broadhead on it. That pretty much could sum up the whole video by saying that instead of Bareshaft tuning, you should be broadhead tuning, because your broadheads are gonna dictate the way that your arrow flies when you're hunting and when you have broadheads on your arrow. So having a perfect broadhead tune out to as far as you can possibly shoot, not as far as you wanna hunt, but as far as you can shoot, is way more valuable than a Bareshaft tune. Now you can maybe go ahead and say that, Bareshaft tuning has a place in target archery then, because you aren't shooting broadheads, so you still want to have some sort of test to see how tuned your arrow is without fletching. But the truth is that a lot of guys, at least in indoor archery, don't really care about their arrow tune. They care about hitting the exact same spot over and over and over again. And yes, a tune can help you do that, but the truth is that just some of the guys at a really high level of competition don't shoot a tuned arrow because they're shooting at, 18 meters, and they just don't really need a tuned arrow. So, maybe in long distance outdoor, like USAT or something like that, you might have some sort of need for Bareshaft tuning, but just Bareshaft tuning is not really important. There's a lot of other things that you can do to get a lot better feedback on your tune rather than Bareshaft tune. And this should not be confused at all with nock tuning. I think nock tuning is definitely important. Nock tuning can definitely help you. I nock tune my arrows if I need to, but you need to nock tune with a fletched arrow and then strip the fletchings afterwards and then line them up with where your arrow is properly nock tuned. That's the only way to nock tune correctly. If you are trying to Bareshaft tune and nock tune at the same time, you are effectively wasting time trying to tune that arrow. I mean, you're getting more reps in with your bow, so I guess that's good, but it is just not the most effective way to tune your bow. Now, I should let this be known that I am not the first person to say this by any means. I think Podium Archery or MFJJ on Elk Shape has talked about this before. He has a whole lot more information in his head than I will ever have. But a lot of people who know a lot of what they're talking about, which I don't even really know what I'm talking about, have talked on this before and have proven this time and time again. So as much as I am saying this, I know that some people out there are still visual learners. So let's go ahead, put some visuals to what I'm saying right now and go from there. So I went ahead and used the Sanlita Dragon shafts from last week's video, which if you haven't seen that, go ahead, check out Amazon Archery Products Part 2 from last week. And fletched up a couple different arrow configurations that I'm gonna go ahead and shoot and show you that they impact in the exact same place. Starting off, we have a Bareshaft. You guys saw this, I've been waving it around for most of the video. Just a Bareshaft arrow. We then have a fletched arrow with a broadhead on it. These are just gonna be 3 fletched blazer vanes. The broadhead is a 4-blade. It's a Slick Trick Grizz Trick 2. So if you can get a 4-blade to steer, you have a pretty good tune in my opinion. So, and then the third arrow is this monstrosity. This is a fletched arrow in the back along with a fletched arrow in the front with a field point. So this just goes to show that even with tons of steering up front, if you have a good tune with a broadhead, or technically, I mean, this is basically doing the same thing that the broadhead would do, just more extreme. Your arrow is gonna hit in the same spot, or it's at least going to group together with a Bareshaft arrow. So we're gonna go ahead and shoot these. I only have 4 of these arrows, so we're gonna shoot 4 groups here. I might even shoot one of these arrows with a broadhead on it, just to see how good my tune on my arrows are. But yeah, we'll go from there. Let's go ahead and start off with a group of 3, and we'll just kind of talk it out from there, and I will show you guys how Bareshaft tuning is not necessarily so important. Okay, target and the target camera are about 20 yards right now. We're gonna start off with the Bareshaft here. I'm using my backup bow just because this is tuned to standard diameter arrows. My Omnia is tuned to 5 mils. So just to get a consistent tune, we're gonna go ahead and shoot this guy here. I will let it be known that I have never Bareshaft tuned this bow. So first time really ever shooting a Bareshaft through this thing. Let's go ahead, see where it hits. Don't really know where that hit, but I think it hit in the middle. The target's pretty ate up, so can't really see super well, but let's go ahead, shoot the broadhead here, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, here we have the broadhead on a fletched shaft. This shouldn't be too surprising. I have a feeling I know where this is gonna go. I saw something go flying. I'll see on the target camera there, but I hope I did not hit my Bareshaft, because that's the only Bareshaft that I have. So let's go ahead, shoot the monstrosity arrow, and then we'll be good to go from there. Okay, I went down and checked out those arrows just because I wanted to make sure that they weren't, you know, wrecked or anything like that. So it's all good. They hit. I'm not gonna tell where they hit right away. You'll see on the target camera here, but they didn't blow each other up, or the broadhead didn't blow up the Bareshaft. So we're good to go. Now let's go ahead and launch this monstrosity here and see how it flies. So these arrows, I will say, are not how I would normally make arrows. They are too long, so most of the time I try to have only about a 1/4 inch sticking out from the launcher on my rest. They aren't tuned at all. I haven't tuned this bow to these arrows. They're a different weight, so a lot of stuff is working against me to not have a good tune on these arrows, but I have perfectly broadhead tuned this bow, in my opinion. And you know, like I said, I think that is what really matters when you are shooting a bow for hunting. So let's go ahead and launch this guy here, and we'll be good to go. Guys, I wanted to take a quick break in the video to thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking this video if you do like the video, and thank you for being subscribed if you are subscribed. I appreciate everybody who contributes to the channel, and I say it all the time, but I love the community that we have. You can tell that in the information in the comment section, in the support that these videos get, in all of it. So I appreciate you guys. If you are not part of the community already, if you aren't subscribed or anything like that to the channel, and this is your first time seeing one of my videos, go ahead, subscribe, give me a chance. Even if you don't like this video, who knows? Maybe the next video that I drop will be the best archery video that you've ever seen. It's probably not gonna be the best archery video you've ever seen, but it might be one of them. So go ahead, stick around, enjoy the channel. Thank you for watching. Let's get back to the video. Whoa, that hit low. Huh. I think that I just found the new substitute for Bareshaft tuning, extra fletch tuning. No, in all seriousness though, guys, taking, you know, fletchings and putting them out on the front of the arrow, you are gonna get a much more extreme flight pattern than with a broadhead. So you know, I don't think it's super necessary to tune your arrows to a fletched arrow up front, but you see what I mean, where the Bareshaft tune hit in the exact same spot as the broadhead, and you know, the only thing that deviated is when we had to put literal fletchings up front. And I took the, you know, the hardest broadhead to tune that I could think of, which is a 4-blade fixed blade, and put it on that arrow. So let's go ahead, we'll bump it out a little bit more, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So let's run it. Alrighty, we're gonna fire the Bareshaft first here. I noticed that a lot of guys will say that you shouldn't Bareshaft tune past like 20 to 25 yards, just because, you know, if you don't have a good tune, it's gonna whip your arrow out weird. I can't get down with that. I think that if you're gonna tune, especially for arrow flight, you should tune out to as far as you want to hunt, and then even further from that. Yeah, that's another thing that I don't really like about like the Bareshaft tuning mentality, is that you only do it at short range. I just don't think you should do that. So let's go ahead, Bareshaft here at 30 yards. Alrighty, broadhead at 30. Let's go check it out. Oh wait, no, we have to fire the fletched up front arrow here. So let's do that. After that first arrow, I don't expect this one to hit in, you know, the same spot as the other ones, but see where it goes. I've never really been nervous before about having a camera downrange, because I'm pretty confident in my aim. But guess we'll see this time around. Okay, that one hit high. So I do think that it's just pretty inconsistent having fletchings up front. The other one hit low, the other one hit high. So I don't think it's a tuning issue. I think that is just taking it to one end of the extreme of having too much up front when it comes to putting fletchings up there. So let's go ahead, pull those arrows. Let's bump it out even a little bit further here to show you that a broadhead and a Bareshaft will hit in the same spot. And let's go to 40 yards. Okay, got it set up here at 40 yards. I'm not gonna shoot the arrows that are fletched up front on this group, just because I love you guys, but I love my backup camera just a little bit more. And my backup camera is my target camera, so I don't really want to send a arrow that is uncontrollable and hitting high and hitting low, and have this one that I'm about to shoot hit left. And when I say left, I mean into my camera. So we're gonna go ahead, just shoot the Bareshaft and the broadhead here. And you know, again, that's the point of the video, showing that a broadhead and a Bareshaft are gonna hit in the same spot, and your hunting arrow with a broadhead on it is the arrow that you're gonna be hunting with. You're not hunting with a Bareshaft, so it just doesn't make sense to me to try to tune your bow to an arrow that you're not gonna be hunting with. So let's go ahead, launch these downrange. We'll be good to go from there. Okay. Oh, I don't know what it is, man. My shoulders are burning today. Whew. Kettlebells, I was sawing trees. My shoulders are shot, but you know what? I just love you guys so much. I had to make a video today. All right, let's try to keep still this time. There we go. I think that broke good. My shoulders were feeling it, but it felt good. My pin was where I wanted it, so let's go check it out, or I guess you guys can see it now, but I'll go pull those and then we'll talk. In the words of Nate Diaz, I'm not surprised. So those hit in the same spot. All three groups that we did at 20, 30, and 40. And like I said, it is because a Bareshaft is gonna hit in the same spot as a broadhead. Now, if you guys knew this already, I'm sorry, I sound like a broken record, but I just want to repeat it so much because I want to get that point across the table, because I value your time and I appreciate that you are spending time watching my videos, and I don't want you to waste time going out and Bareshaft tuning. Now, I guess it's not totally wasting time because you're going to get the same result out of a broadhead tune, but you're just wasting time, in my opinion, because you aren't going to have the same arrow weight, so at distance it's not going to hit the same. Yeah, I would not recommend Bareshaft tuning. Nothing against you if you do. I just think you could spend your time a little bit wiser. But hey, you are shooting a bow. You are taking more time to shoot your bow, which is doing more than 90% of the guys out there are doing. So good on you for at least shooting your bow and wanting to put effort into it. But yeah, I don't know. I would rather broadhead tune than Bareshaft tune. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you guys liked the video, if you guys found anything of knowledge in it, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. We have more and more videos coming out, and this video is real close to hunting season. I think when this video drops, actually, I will be in a tree saddle. So let's go ahead, get this video bumping, get the channel up and moving. This hunting season is gonna be great. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Have an absolutely blessed day. Take care now.